Hello everyone and welcome back to Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. So if you're new to the channel looking for reviews of Bourbon's Rise or some of those Dusties, hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. If you're already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your support. Today we're going to be reviewing the 1969 Old Crow Chessman. Distilled and owned by National Distillers, the company created a very limited quantity of these chess piece decanters. They created the entire 32-piece set along with a rug that mimics the design of a chessboard. This motivated collectors to acquire the entire set, but many of them were let down due to the limited quantities produced. In 1987, National Distillers was purchased by Jim Beam, and since then all National Distillers distilleries were closed and all operations were moved to the Jim Beam distillery. It was also stated that author and fellow whiskey enthusiast Fred Minnick stated this was the best bourbon to ever touch his lips. Alright guys, so the Old Crow Chessman is 86 proof and it has a 10-year age statement on the outside of the decanter. I'm really excited to get into this one, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the color here real quick. It is a dark copper color. It's probably one of the darkest bourbons I have ever seen. It coats the glass really well. It's got nice, thick, heavy legs. Very syrup-like for this one. I mean, the juice is crystal clear, but it's just so dark. Let's go ahead and get into the nose, guys. Okay, so first thing you kind of get a dusty corn note. There's definitely some butterscotch that's present here on the nose as well. Get your caramel, some sweet vanilla on there. Picking up some light fruits, some summer fruits in there, a little bit further down. But that dusty corn and that butterscotch is really present on the nose. All right, guys, I'm excited about it. Let's get into it, guys. Cheers. So first thing that you get, it actually drinks a lot hotter than 86 proof. I would say somewhere in the mid 90s, maybe like 95 proof. That's what it feels like on the palate anyway. But to start, I'm getting some nice citrus notes on the side of my tongue. It's something that I really like in a bourbon. I like to get those citrus notes, and it sits right on the sides of the palate here. I'm getting a little bit of leather. Definitely get some brown sugars, some vanilla there. Let's go in for another sip, guys. Okay, so front of the palate, you're getting a little bit of like some baking spices. Kind of tingles the tongue there for a little bit. Mid palate, you're getting some citrus, some leather. So you're getting those the brown sugars towards the finish. Also starting to pick up some oak there in the finish as well. The mouthfeel, it's pretty viscous. It's not completely mouth coating, but it does cover the palate pretty well. And the finish isn't long, but it does kind of linger on a little bit. The oak note is definitely still present on the finish there. So you get the spiciness on the front, the citrus notes, some leather on the middle of the palate, as well as some oak, which follows through into the finish. Let's go in for another sip, guys. Yeah. So front of the palate, like I say, you're getting those baking spices that are kind of tingling the front of the tongue. Middle of the palate and the back is really where this one shines through. You're getting some leather, some citrus notes on the sides of the palate, some oak. That follows through into the finish, where you're still getting some of that oak, almost getting some molasses there as well now on the finish. The baking spices are more of a cinnamon character that's on the front of the tongue there. Can't really pick up any other kind of baking spices. And it makes you want to go back and just keep drinking more and more. Again, the finish isn't long, but it does kind of linger on there for a little bit. All right, let's go into the last sip, guys. Cheers. Well, yeah. So on the front of the palate now, the baking spices are still present. Get the baking spices, a little bit of vanilla pops through there on the front of the palate. Middle of the palate, you're still getting those citrus notes, which I love. Some leather. Getting some oak, follows through to the finish. And the finish just kind of sticks around there for a little bit. Again, it's not completely mouth coating, but it does coat the palate pretty well. The finish does kind of linger on. Not a very long finish, but it does kind of linger. Yeah, I mean, this is a fantastic bourbon here. And if you guys are ever in the market or looking to pick up one of these Old Crow Chessmen, you can still find them on the secondary market, maybe at an estate sale. But I would definitely recommend maybe heading out to a bar that may carry the Old Crow Chessmen and giving it a shot for yourself. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. So if you're new to this channel and looking for reviews of bourbons, ryes, or some of those Dusties, hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. If you're looking to win a 2-ounce sample of this 1969 Old Crow Chessman, make sure you follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, guys, stay dusty.